say this boldly on live television. We're saying it here again. That the national chairman of the PDP is working for APC, is acting on behalf of APC, and because of that, he has refused to look at Wike's face and tell him what you are doing have not been done in any political party known to man in Africa. That it is wrong. Let's forget about what has happened in the 2023 election have happened and done. But now what is happening? Is there any problem? Why must you not be saying that your party will never win? So the national leadership that you're talking about is supposed to wear that stick, like that capacity. They lack the ball. The chairman of the party is incompetent. The chairman of the party is scared. The chairman of the party is getting 1 or 2 favors from him, so he cannot look him in the face and do the right. And that is why we said, going forward, the national chairman needs to be kicked out. In the first place, with the exit of Iyachua Ayu, the constitution requires that his acting replacement must come from North Central. And that's why we're saying now, appoint the acting chairman from North Central and let the new acting chairman commence the process of rebuilding, reform, and institutionalization of discipline. So that people like him, not just only him, there are the people who did it in Abia. There are people who did those anti-party activities in Benue. There are those who doing it in Kano. There's a network. There's those doing it in FCT, Philip Aduga and their people. There's a network of people working with this group of people who want to destroy their own political party. I don't have any problem with somebody having problem with political party. But if you have a problem that you feel that your political party can no longer be allowed to win power, which is the reason why they were formed, you leave and join the other party where you want to belong, and then take a fight. Bola Ahmed Tinubu did not want to be in AD because of the crisis. He left and formed AC, from AC to ACN, and from ACN they formed the APC. When Buhari didn't like what was happening in NMPP, APP, he left and formed CPC. When he didn't like what was happening in CPC, he went and formed APC with Aswaju. This is how honorable political men should behave. Now you feel you are too strong, but you are so scared again to go into the APC that you say you are working for. That means you're not a politically strong man as people believe. If you are strong, just like me, if I say I don't want to do PDP tomorrow for certain things that are against my beliefs or my legal understanding, I will boldly go to the political party I want and then exercise my political rights. Not to stay in PDP, move the House of Assembly members to APC, still wants to retain the seat of honorable members of River State House of Assembly and be changing laws from one bedroom in Emoha. These are all political radicalities that people should be bold enough to say, stop that nonsense. It's not good for democracy. It's not good for intra-party politics.
All right. About 2 more questions to ask you before we take some of the opinions of the listener. The first one would be, Rivers State is a very important state for any political party to want to win an election in. I mean, every party would want to say, we are in charge of Rivers State politically. At the moment, the PDP has a governor Rivers State, but we have the issues that we have between the FCT minister and the state governor at the moment. Is this a concern for the PDP? And has there been moves to try to resolve this problem by the PDP as a political party? That's on one side. On the other side is also to look at when you mentioned that, the APC in Rivers State, because the APC in Rivers State has said that the FCT minister has no hand in the situation. We are aware of the CTC list situation drama that has gone on for a couple of days now. What could be, as the PDP been able to resolve who was behind putting out that fake list? That it says the PDP has said it's fake, because I spoke to the national spokesperson of your party, Mr. Debo, and he had said, well, what is official is what is on the website. But we do not know if the PDP has tried to find out who then put out a fake list.
Let me be honest with you. First of all, this matter ought not have even started in the first place. You have a transition in Rivers. You had a governor in Rivers who is very humble and accommodating. If not because of people's ecstasies and greed for power and money and excessive control, we wouldn't have gotten to a point where there should be any crisis in Rivers in the first place. So that was a mismanaged relationship. But let's not go into that. The most important thing that we should focus on here is that it is height of political treason and radicality for you to imagine the list of theatrical committee members of a political party like PDP can be people with members of APC in Rivers. You go and collect members of APC in Rivers or members of PDP who have joined APC in Rivers and fill the entire local government in Rivers just to undermine your own political party, just to create a room whereby
who filled the form or who did that? Who did that?
I'm coming. I'm coming.
Okay, Mr. Chinyere, hold on, please.
It is the group we
Mr.
call.
Chinyere, please, just hold your thought. Mr. Chinyere, please hold your thought. Let's take a commercial.
Yes.
Stay
Have
on
you
the
been
line.
struggling with finding balance in your life?
Our conversation here. My name is Ifeemi Andrew. My guest this morning is a federal lawmaker, member of the PDP, Chinyere Ikegwanu, is with us on the show this morning. The lawmaker representing Idiato Federal Constituency at the House of Representatives. If you had followed the conversation, you must have heard quite a lot in what he had to say with regards to why we haven't seen the PDP punish its members that he sees that have committed the anti-party activities. I'm pretty sure he gave a detailed insight into that. But then what's even important before the commercial was the question he was responding to, which is the situation with the CTC list in Rivers State. Well, we're going to go back to him now. Mr. Chinyere, thank you very much for staying with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, quickly, let's get you. You were trying to tell us what you think, because we were asking if whether the PDP has been able to figure out who was behind that illegal or fake list that was circulating at the same time when the party had put out its CTC lists on its website.
It's very simple. You don't need to look for it. You that is asking me already know the answer, but you just want it to come out.
No, I don't know, because I'm not in the PDP.
The compromised national leadership of the party led by Damago took a list on the pro-Wike PDP APC group. These are people who said we belong to APC and we belong to PDP at the same time. They took the list from them because the members that their name made that list, they are members of that group. So we're not looking for who did it. Just that the national leadership does not, because they have been caught, in the act. They are not trying to say, oh, we are not aware of it. So if people have not shouted, if we have not raised our voice, that is what they would have ratified at the National Executive Committee meeting. Because we raised our voice, that's why people are distancing themselves from the list. So the people that did it is very well known. We're not looking for it. But what we're saying is that how can our party be so low? How can our party get to that point where you see members of another political party, those who are advocating for another political party, and you are considering them for leadership in your party, and you are listening to them, and you have not been with them, that such things can put the PDP into destruction and into problem. That it was uncalled for.
Did the PDP try to understand what was behind the rift? I mean, the issue between the FCT minister and the governor of Rivers State. Did the PDP try to mend that relationship?
When you say PDP, are you talking about the PDP of Elese Kweme, Abubakarimi, Jim Bodo, Solomon La? Is that the PDP?
Well, the PDP that won election, the PDP that won election in Rivers State.
What you have today, led by Damagu. Damagu is leading what we call PDP APC, a party that is mixed with APC and PDP. It's no longer the PDP you used to know. So let me tell you, how can you ask him whether he has intervened? They intervene when they are in bed with those who are promoters of the crisis. They were not on the side of the government. Let me ask you, you were there in Port Harcourt when a group of lawmakers left that political party, joined another political. What did the national leadership do? Even when they started the crisis of one kangaroo impeachment they wanted to do, started to change the laws in Rivers State, what did the leadership do? He took the intervention of another member of another political party, the president, to come for a peace meeting. We'd already preached it. So the point I'm trying to make is that the party has not defended Rivers. The party has not stood with Rivers because the party is compromised and I am paid with the promoters of that crisis. So anything that has to do with Rivers, I can tell you honestly that our PDP have not done enough to defend Fubara. They have not done enough to defend the interests of genuine PDP members in Rivers State. And let me tell you something which you should also know. When they started changing laws, okay, for instance, they go to one bedroom in Emoha or Abuja and they'll come out and announce to you, oh, we have changed so law in Rivers. Is that how they change laws? These people are no longer lawmakers of any House of Assembly. By virtue of their detachment, they have lost their seat. But you saw when they went and said they changed the local government system law. You have a local government that is elected for a specific tenure because somebody somewhere is so scared that he will lose control of the local government structure. Then the House of Assembly goes and now extends the tenure of the local government chairman and say they can stay in office forever. That act of the assembly
was said is said to be constitutional. It's not as though they acted outside the constitution.
Which House of Assembly? Is there a House of Assembly led by Amefula? These are former honorable members. If I'm in Rivers and I see them sitting anywhere, I will exercise the provision of section 20 or so of the criminal code.
So why isn't the PDP why isn't the PDP exercising that? Why isn't the PDP exercising that right?
And then be making an announcement that have changed a law. It's Rivers people that is tolerating that nonsense.
Why isn't the PDP in Rivers State then exercising that right?
Like I said, like I told you, that what you had is something that has been compromised, and that is why we are saying that going forward, that what should be done this week, we are entering at the National Executive Committee meeting, is to reject the party, starting by electing an acting national chairman for North Central, where the position is zoned, and then embarking on disciplinary action against those who have undermined the party, whether Damagu, whether Ikazuken, whether Tom, whether Wike, all of them. Nobody is above the party. And you cannot come and be beating your chest and say, come and touch me, now come and touch. And people are leaving you. As who? As who? Let me tell you, it is only when people are out of power that you know whether what they used to talk about is actually what they are or who they are. This is a test of character. What are we struggling over this?
But some people argue that this was. But there are those that would argue that Alhaji Atiku Abubakar also had acted as though he owns the party. I mean, leaving the party, coming back, wanting to run for. I mean, it happened the last time where Peter Obi was his running mate and getting the presidential ticket and all of that. There were talks that it was some sort of. It is my right, or I own the party, or I have control over the party, and that is similar to what the FCT minister is doing now, because it was something that he spoke against. Are those situations not likened to be similar?
Nobody has carried on a malicious destruction offensive against PDP since PDP was formed, like what he's doing. Those men you are talking about, when things did not go their way, like Saraki and so on and so forth, they walked out of the convention and they became into another political party and tried their luck. That is how a political man, that is how a man of honor would behave. None of them have ever stayed in PDP and said, I will die here if I don't bury this party. So if you feel you are strong, like one person of them left, it's their constitutional right to belong and to live. They left, they didn't live with any position, he just left and went to Kano, formed his own political party and won political power. So that you are talking about left, in less than 9 months, he swept the entire Southeast and had over 30-something lawmakers. That is a great political mind. That is somebody that have fun of hearing. None of them said and said, let's die inside here. You ran a presidential primary. Unfortunately for you, Tambua and Atiku formed an alliance on the floor of the convention. They won you. They defeated him. Why is it that you people are not telling him the truth? Was he not defeated on the floor of Igusko? Was that not there? He was defeated. No, they didn't make you vice president or whatever they wanted to do to you. Then because of that, you fought them. Let's forgive you for fighting in 2023. But what do we talk about this one now you are doing now? Is Atiku a candidate now? Is Okowa a vice presidential candidate? So why are you levying war against the party? Why are you destroying the dreams and aspirations of other members of that party like us? Some of us fought through fire and blood to get to where we are today.
All right.
You are destroying that political platform. Did we do anything wrong?
All right. We're going to open the phone lines and take a few calls and some messages. The question I would ask you, I would also need you to respond to: can an individual be bigger than the institution that they are a part of? Because this has become a situation where it looks as though we have certain individuals within the PDP that are bigger than the party. Because, I mean, for obvious reasons, it's clear to everyone that actions that should be taken are not being taken, and it could only mean one thing. And hence the question: can an individual be bigger than the institution that they are a part of? But before we open the phone lines and get responses to that, we would go to Imo State and quickly just get your opinion on the situation. There's a lot of comparison now between Imo State and Abia State, especially when you see what the Abia State government is doing. Are you concerned with the development in Imo State at the moment?
There's no governance in Imo State, so I don't even want to waste my time on it. Abia is progressing because of the quality of mind and the quality of ideas that Alex Oti Paris is somebody that even before politics invested in banking. At least we know his address, we know what he used to do, we know his pedigree and his past. So I'm not surprised that Oti is bringing industrial and road infrastructure revolution in Abia State, and he's opening the state and making it attractive to investors, unlike Imo, which up to today is still a jungle. So of course we know the story of him. I don't even want us to waste our time on that. There's no basis for comparison. We can't just say we want
So what is wrong in Imo State and Congo? And what are the likes of you and other lawmakers who represent different constituencies in Imo State doing with your party to see how you
Of course you know my quest for good governance in Imo led to bombing of my place, led to assassination of my uncles, led to over 35 criminal charges stemming from terrorism, arson, and all sorts of things, fight against the Imo State government. So for me, I have done my part in that fight, and I'm still doing that fight. And you can see the threats of blood and destruction left at my back because of my fight for good governance in Imo. So everybody knows the story of Imo. That is nothing to write home about. I will pray that Imo people can continue to endure this as long as this thing comes to an end, because it's a terrible situation in Imo.
All right, let's open the phone lines quickly and take some few calls. On WhatsApp, the number is 0809-030-6416. Remember the question, can an individual be bigger than the institution he or she finds his or herself? If you're part of that institution, can you be bigger than it? On Facebook, we're streaming live at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Join the conversation. Do well to like the page, follow us on the live stream, like and share the live stream as well. My guest is a lawmaker, a national lawmaker, member of the House of Representatives, a member of the PDP as well. And you must have been following, and I'm sure you are very well abreast with some of the things that my guest has said, and you would have your contributions to make. Damiete Douglas says we often hear stomach infrastructure, but most of the infrastructure stomached. I wish I could get that clearly. But Gift in Yenegua is on the line. 0817-923-0002. Please, straight to questions, or you give direct answer to the question we asked. Good morning, Gift.
Andrew Femi, good morning.
All right, go on.
Let me go straight to the point. Andrew, anti-party activity that Emo Chinyere is talking about, let me put it to him clearly now. That the governor who is himself is supporting right now did the same PDP APC or PDAPC that he's talking about. So if he's calling for sanction, let me put it to him that the governor of Rivers State will equally be sanctioned as far as the law of political parties are concerned. But do you know why nobody will sanction any person? Atiku Abubakar supported APC candidate in Rivers State against Fubara. I put it clear to him now. If he's not aware, he should be aware of that. So PDP will not be PDP again, because from the national to the state, everybody played anti-party. Do you know that they even withdraw all the cases that PDP Rivers State was having against every other political party in Rivers State, for PDP to have advantage over the other political parties? Is he aware? And the information is giving us, talking about is fighting for local government not to be extended. No. Chinyere, I watched you on Jigsaw because I follow you up closely, and I love your activism, but it's like you are derailing as far as this discussion is concerned. You talked about governors being demigods. Do you know that the Rivers State governor is doing the same? So the local government chairman that came for first term, that are expecting to be elected for second term, he refused to fund the body that is responsible for conducting elections. That the House of Assembly said, if you will not conduct, the people that are there will continue. Pending
all right,
the
Gift.
day you will release those funds. And you are a coward as far as I'm concerned.
No, Gift, you can't call somebody a coward on the show, please. You can't say that. And secondly, to also correct you and put you in proper perspective, the Rivers State government or governor has never said that it will not conduct local government elections. The government and governor of Rivers State has never said, I repeat, if it has, maybe not in any of our bulletins or not to Nigeria Info, but the government has never said that it will not conduct elections. So I would appreciate that we do not put out the wrong information to people, because that has never been said on any platform by the government of Rivers State. And also we have to mind our language. Please, thank you. Susie from Merima, good morning.
Yeah, Andrew, good morning.
Go ahead.
Greet your guest. Yeah, I love the passion to which he's being speaking with the kind of discontentment. You know, for me, I perceive some level of defeatism on his own part. Why is he so conscious about River State matters vis-a-vis Wike as he's supposed to be? He has listed certain things. The same governor you are coming here to protect was actually produced by the PDAPC. The senators and the House of Rep members and the House of Assembly were actually produced by the PDAPC. As at the time the election was happening in 2023, you supported Atiku as against Wike. And Wike and Fubara and all of us here supported Tinubu and all of that. Today, this government, Wike is working with this government as a unitary government. If you forget that. So it is not a matter of you coming to say that local government election, list per fake and all of that. But the National Police Secretary and the National Acting Chairman has this own view. Even the leader of the minority in the House, Chinyere from University, has this own view. If you go to a Punch newspaper on the 9th, paragraph 51, the PDP has also asked Chinyere and his group, because they have threatened to leave the party if Damagu does not find his exit. They have also asked Chinyere and his cohort to actually leave the party for them. So if you feel that you have confidence, you are not also treacherous, you are not also a freebooter, you should common courage to leave PDP to the extent that you have integrity, and you are coming here to insult Wike and be calling them. What about the matter of your constituency project?
All right, Susie, point has been made.
Have you handled all
but thank you, Susie, for your contribution. Again, I don't think we should be sentimental about this. I do not think that my guest used any insulting words towards the FCT minister. If he had done, we would have stopped him. That was not said. So let's not again insinuate that. Secondly, the conversation is largely not even on the FCT minister, but the leadership of the PDP and why the PDP hasn't taken certain steps. And that conversation has brought about the name of the FCT minister. I'm saying this because I want us to be mindful of how we put out our thoughts and our the comments that we make, so we do not end up sounding too upset or angry. That's not it. We're here to be very logical and make our contributions. Okay, so please let's keep it at that level. Thank you very much. Chris from Mobiakani, good morning. All right, what's that call? We'll go on to good news now, mile 3. Good news, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, my brother, man.
You're welcome. Go on, good news.
Yes, I'm the answer first member. Good to sir. Quick one. That's you should. We are as we listen to this program from Nigerians. We learn and educate ourselves and people too, and make corrections just as you're making corrections. It is imperative that people tell the truth that during the election of Sifubara, there was nothing like PDP in Rivers State. Wike was purely a member of PDP. It was after the governorship election that the national dancing towards PDP. Sifubara was not produced under the platform of PDP, but strictly under PDP. I am a member of APC. I won't say it, but I stand with the truth. Now, coming to the leadership tussle, it is imperative what Chinyere said, that somebody will be threatening, touching him, and nobody's touching him because of one thing or the other. And we believe that, based on what he has done, that nobody owns PDP except Wike. If not for now, people like Chinyere is coming to stand up and say, no, this is not the right thing to be doing in Nigeria, in PDP. The same Wike that we are talking about, we are calling PDP and leadership. He was one that shouted, which is bad. He was one that shouted, IIU is bad. And when they said Damagu, the deputy chairman, not, and Damagu has been kept up in silence, even when they knew that they voted for APC in the presidential election. And they have kept quiet and they have said, I dare anybody to touch me.
All right, good news. Thank you. Your point made. Thank you very much. Good news.
Finally, please, let it be known that Sifubara is the leader of PDP Rivers State, not Wike.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Good news. Justice from Umujoga. All right. 0817-923-0003. Mr. Ogo Chinyere, you heard some of the callers. My question now is, hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Other members of the PDP who supported and voted for the APC presidential candidates, who perhaps are not executive members or top stakeholders of the party, are they also supposed to be punished? That's one. That's on one side. Or if you can just respond to that first, are they also going to be punished? Or should they be punished?
They acted based on the information of the leader who must have misled them at that particular moment. Those people we don't have any problem with them. The problem here, we're not even worried about what they did in 2023 per se. But we're saying that 2023 has come and gone. You have supported who you want to support because you didn't like Atiku who defeated you. No problem, that is a close case. But gentlemen, what is going on now? What is the bone of contention? We don't have a presidential candidate now. We don't have any election coming up. Why this return to politics of telling people that you are working towards electing APC in 2027 and you are still a PDP member? I want those people who are have issues with my comment, just one question you need to ask them for me. Are they saying that it is the standard of party politics and democracy, and that it should be allowed that somebody should say, I want to put down my party in next election, and I want to remain in that political party? Are they saying it is right that you belong to a family and you are promoting another family to destroy your own family, and you still want to be called a family member? Then if the answer is no, it's not right, then why are we having this fight? It's just that people are likely compromised by association or by some stipend or something, and that is why you cannot boldly look at somebody and say, no, this is wrong. I'm telling you what they're doing is wrong.
Okay, what does the party say, the party constitution, what does it say about leadership of the party? Because there's been the argument in Rivers State that the FCT minister is the leader. There are those that have said the governor is the leader. What does the PDP constitution say about that?
You know, this issue of leadership was introduced in the later days of the Obasanjo days, where people were appointed or recruited as pointmen in different states. But because of issues of mobilization and political platforms and resources and so on, so over time, PDP have had that tradition of either a state that has a governor and the governor is a leader, or maybe you have a senator, the senator is a leader, or maybe you have a rep member and so on and so forth. But the point is that going by that same tradition, then Fubara is the leader of the party. It's not something that is in contention. But you can't have two leaders at the same time. You can have leaders and stakeholders, but the person who is like the pointman and arrowhead of the party is the governor in all the states. That's the tradition PDP has maintained over the years.
All right, then one more
I'm trying to make.
Okay.
Yes,
go on.
But the point I'm trying to make is that whether we are fighting, if there is understanding and maturity and people have honesty and transparency, there's no issue in Rivers that warrants any argument or any fight. If not because people does not want to be transparent, honest, and accommodating. What are we fighting over? Election is not coming in the next 2-3 years. So what is this fight all about? So if you want to serve President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you can serve him honorably. And how do I say that? Either you join his political party and serve him, or while you are serving him while being another political party, you keep your mouth shut. You can't stay in a political party and expect members of that party to keep quiet when you say that you guys cannot succeed. Remember, I'm an elected representative like the other 60 who were with us in that press conference. Should we keep quiet while somebody says that this party that gave us opportunity, this party of one which were elected as a federal lawmaker, that I'm going to kill it and bury it in 2027, and then we'll clap for you? Why should we clap for you? Are we idiots?
All right, quickly then, we have just less than 3 minutes. Just answer this directly. In your view, I mean, you have said the FCT minister said, the PDP cannot win election in 2027. But in your view, let me ask, is the PDP well positioned to take back power in 2027 from the APC?
PDP is being down on the ground as I'm talking to you by this element and forces led by Damaku. That we need to remove that press on that neck if we want to have a chance to contest 2027. And they don't want to remove that press because they want PDP to remain on the ground so that PDP will even perform more poor. You know, they will perform very poor last time, but this one will be very, very poor if we do not define what is PDP membership and those who are actually PDP members from those who are PDP. If we don't reform, if we don't restructure, if we don't put a leadership that is committed to the ideals of PDP founding fathers and the constitution, we don't stand a chance. So
all right.
If we must stand a chance, then we must be able to run the party efficiently without any bold anti-party activities.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Have a great day. On WhatsApp, this person says, I commend Chinyere for always standing and speaking out the truth, even when national leadership of the party has become toothless. Woike Odinaka, that's from you. This one says, good morning. The PDP leadership, whether present or in the future, can hardly discipline erring members because the current APC under Tinubu doesn't like a formidable opposition and sponsors members to polarize, weaken, and make oppositions weak. This one says, I'm disappointed. This one says, the last time I checked, PDP doesn't belong to anyone and no one is bigger than his political party. The national PDP chairman has compromised with those in PDAPC. Thank God, ability at Twigbu. That one came in from you. Samita Paul Eroma says, anti-party is very bad, but I believe that the PDP is very weak at the center. Emmanuel Bima says, I'm so proud of Chinyere. Anti-party members should be punished. Friday says, any southern PDP member like Chinyere and his colds that are against WK are politically insensitive to the political plight and stability of this country. All right, we'll wrap things up here. Thank you very much. A commercial and Hello Port Harcourt follows after the news at 9. My name is Ifeemi Andrew. Good morning.
You are tuned in to
Nigeria Info.
We'll be right back after this.